And we come, although one body, we're separated by many different experiences that we each have had. We each have had distinct families and friends. We've grown up in different places and we've worked at different jobs. We're distinct because we have different parents. And yet we gather here today in this place because we share something in common. We share a desire to affirm and support the relationship of Scott and Teresa. Marriage is an act of will. It's a promise to work for communion with another person. It's not simply spontaneous emotional reaction, nor the sudden grip of an irresistible feeling. Marriage requires a commitment to care for another person. By caring, we show concern for the life and the growth of those whom we love. Marriage requires a commitment to take responsibility for another person. By responding, we experience the needs of that other person and try to help meet those special needs. Marriage requires a commitment to respect another person. By respecting, we help another person grow and unfold for their own sake. And in doing so, we experience the unique and individuality of that person. Marriage requires a commitment to understand another person. By understanding, we transcend our own egos and see the other person in their own terms. When we use reason and humility to understand another person, in that understanding we will discover ourselves. All these commitments that we give ourselves help us also give to others. And so by giving, we experience our strength, our vitality, our power. We experience ourselves as overflowing and alive. Today, in this gathering, we affirm and celebrate the union in marriage, Scott and Teresa. Please be seated. I'm going to invite best man Nick and best lady Corinne to do the readings for this gathering.
Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous, or conceited, or proud. Love is not ill-mannered, or selfish, or irritable. Love does not keep the record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love never gives up, has faith, hope, and patience never fails. Love is eternal. There are inspired messages, but they are only temporary. There are gifts of speaking, but they will cease. There is knowledge, but it will pass. For our gifts of knowledge and of inspired messages are only partial. But when what is perfect comes, then what is partial will disappear. When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I'm an adult, I have no worries to acknowledge ways. What we see now is like the dim image in the mirror. Then we shall face to face. What I know now is only partial.
All of the great world religions speak about light. And light is an indication of one moving into truth. In the Hebraic tradition, candles and light are associated with Shabbat and the high and holy holidays. In Christian tradition, light is the tangible expression of Jesus, who is the light of the world. Some words from a learned rabbi. From every human being there rises a light that reaches straight to heaven. And when two souls that are destined for each other and find one another, then their streams of light flow together, and a single brighter light goes forth from their united being. The bride and the groom will now participate in the lighting of their light. Teresa, will you have Scott to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health? Forsaking of others, will you be faithful to him alone, so long as you both shall live?
I will.
Scott, will you have Teresa to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her and comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health? Forsaking all others, will you be faithful to her alone, so long as you both shall live?
I will.
Flowers which Scott and Teresa will present to their parents symbolize the love that they have for their parents. Their new relationship has its roots in many generations of love, respect, and hard work of their respective families. As they go forward now into the future, they shall remember and respect the many traditions of each of their families. Scott and Teresa, I invite you to face each other and to join hands. And I would invite you, Scott, to make your vow to Teresa, and the vows that will be exchanged between Scott and Teresa are printed in the brochure which you, I trust, have in your hand.
commit my life to our partnership in marriage. I promise to comfort you, to encourage you, to express my thoughts and emotions to you, to listen to you in times of joy and in sorrow. Teresa, I love you. You are my closest friend. Will you let me share my life and all that I am with you?
I will.
And Teresa, if you would make your vow. Scott.
Scott, I commit my life to our partnership in marriage. I promise to comfort and encourage you. I promise to share my thoughts and emotions with you and listen to you in times of joy and sorrow. God, I love you and you're my closest friend. Will you let me be all that I am with you?
I will.
Wedding rings are without beginning and without end. They symbolize all of the hopes and the dreams and the endless possibilities that can be brought to this kind of commitment. And so I set apart these rings that they may be for you a continual reminder of the vows that you have exchanged this day. Scott will invite you to place this ring on Teresa's finger.
I, Scott, give you, Teresa, this ring as a symbol of my commitment to love, honor, and respect you. May this ring forever be to you a symbol of my ever-growing love.
Please, Teresa, if you place this ring on Scott's finger, please.
I, Teresa, give you, Scott, this ring as a symbol of my commitment to love, honor, and respect you. May this ring forever be a symbol of my growing love for you.
This bottle of wine is open for the first time. It symbolizes the beginning of a new relationship, a new marriage. In the presence of your family and friends, and in keeping with ancient custom, you, Scott, and you, Teresa, have joined hands, have stated your vows to each other, you have exchanged rings, and shared wine. Therefore, I declare that you are husband and wife. Breaking of the wine glass which held the sacramental wine carries much symbolism. According to a Jewish tradition, after a couple drinks from the glass, it's broken so that no one else can drink from it. Some believe that this is a symbolic gesture. It's a serious reminder of the diaspora, the scattering of the Jewish people throughout the world. For this significant occasion, The glass broken has two joyous meanings. As this glass is impossible to put back together, let this marriage be impossible to break apart. And may Scott and Teresa enjoy together as many happy years with each other as it would take to put the glass back together. Congratulations. You may seal your covenant with a kiss. Friends, please greet the bride and the groom, Teresa and Scott.
Great, let's bring it all up and go back again. Congratulations, congratulations, well done.
Let's go over there.